Hey!
Yo 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 yo.
Jess Hilarious.
Good morning.
Charlamagne the God. Peace to the planet. It's Monday.
You ain't gotta have that much excitement. This is the top of the work week. Calm your ass down.
It's back to the work week.
Good morning.
It's a Monday. Good morning. How you feeling? How was your weekend?
I feel good, yo. Cleveland, they the most bougiest, ratchet city ever. Like
absolutely.
It's like they got a nerve to be bougie and ratchet at the same time.
Yes.
But it was lit. Shout out to everybody that came out to my shows on Friday and Saturday at the Cleveland Funny Bone / Improv. They just recently changed names, but it's the same management. I had fun.
You had a good time?
Yes, I did. And
Andrew's mom.
Yeah, yes.
Madison's boyfriend's mom wanted to come to the show.
She came and she was like, she did not expect me to be that funny.
Really?
Yes. She was like, I only hear you on the Breakfast Club. I don't be on social media like that, but I'm so used to you being on the Breakfast Club and you be, serious. You'll be funny or whatever, but like, I ain't see you as a comedian until I came to the show.
Really?
You are hilarious. Yeah, her and her friends.
They went girls night out, ladies night out. Yes.
Love her.
Love her. She texted me after, said she had such an amazing time. She sent me pictures of all y'all.
Yes.
Which I was shocked. I was like, Jess, don't be taking pictures. I don't even know how you found Jess.
She sure did. She grabbed Desi on the web. Desi, go back. Tell her I'm Andrew's mom, and me and my homegirls want to see her. And so I waited for them to clear the room out or whatever, and I came out on the stage, and her homegirls and everybody was dope. It was two of her friends' birthdays. But Cleveland was a blast show. I ate vegan food all weekend. Mm-hmm. Shout out to Conveniently Vegan. Chef Coco, she came. She bought me some cheesesteak egg roll. Chicken bacon wrap. It was a whole bunch of stuff, a vegan burger or whatever. So, yeah, man. And shout out to Frank, the manager at the Comedy Club, the Funny Bone. Yo, I love Frank so much. And it's not often
That's the old white guy? That was it?
Yes.
Oh, he did me dirty.
What did he do, yo?
He did me dirty. So
what happened?
You didn't put Andrew's mom on the
I know,
Saturday.
because I thought y'all said Friday,
Right.
but you said Saturday.
So I said, FaceTime me. So he's an older white guy. I was like, hey, Frank, how you doing? I'm DJing for the Breakfast Club. He said, I don't know who you are. So tell Jess to call me. I said, no doubt.
And he's so sweet, yo.
It
was a lot. They were understaffed or whatever, but they still delivered a great, just great hospitality for all my guests and everything.
Salute to him.
Yeah, man. Cleveland was a blast.
And salute to everybody that went to the HBCU NY game over the weekend. It was Morehouse versus Howard. I was DJing for the Uninterrupted Toyota booth. Had an amazing time. And I also want to salute Louis V. Louis V, program director for our Atlanta station, had his baby shower over the weekend.
Nice. That's
I was supposed to make it, but the flights was delayed. I couldn't get there in time. So salute to Louis V. What up, Charlamagne?
What an amazing... Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
What an amazing weekend in sports this weekend, man.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. Between the Terrence Crawford-Canelo fight, between my Cowboys busting the Giants' ass.
Hey, don't say bust.
That was a great game, by the way. If you're a football fan, that was just a fantastic game.
It was
my Ravens beat the Browns.
It was just an amazing weekend in sports, man.
Yeah.
Amazing.
That was a good fight. It was a good fight.
That was a great fight. All right, we'll get into all that when we come back. And Nick Cannon will be joining us this morning.
What?
And not just Nick Cannon. Yes, salute to Nick Cannon. He's got a new late night talk show called Nick Cannon at Night. That was a fantastic conversation we had with Nick Cannon, by the way. But Jasmine Crockett will be here this morning as well. She joined us on Friday.
Okay.
And we're going to play back some of that this morning.
That's right. All right. And also coming up next, Teslyn Figaro. She's back. She's doing front page news. So we're going to kick it with Tez next. So don't go anywhere. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Let's get in some front page news. Now, over the weekend, Saturday, Terrence Crawford beat Canelo Alvarez by unanimous decision. He won the undisputed super middleweight world titles.
And it wasn't that he just... It was a pick-me fight for me, right? But it was just the ease that Terrence Crawford ended up beating Canelo Alvarez with was impressive.
Yeah,
beyond impressive.
I knew Bud. I ain't gonna say my money on Bud, but I bet on Bud. I knew Bud was gonna take this one. So congratulations to Bud.
He was very comfortable. Canelo was getting upset.
Yeah,
he was. I had never seen him fight. I just heard about him, but he was getting pissed off. He could not catch that guy.
And the fact that Bud went up 3 weight classes?
3 weight classes.
Well, two from his last fight, but
2 from before
three.
This one. Yeah.
But he won in different weight classes before, right? He's won.
3-time undisputed champion.
It was just a late fight. That fight happened so late.
Definitely late.
I
was able to watch it after my Saturday show. I'm like, damn, it's
still on?
past 12 midnight.
Yeah,
and I was
crazy.
still watching it.
All right, in football, Cowboys beat the Giants. You know that. Seahawks beat the Steelers. Rams beat the Titans. Patriots beat the Dolphins. 49ers beat the Saints. The Lions beat the Bears.
The Ravens beat the Browns. Stop disrespecting me.
Can I get to it? The Ravens beat the Browns. The Bills beat the Jets. The Bengals beat the Jaguars. Eagles beat the Chiefs. And the Falcons beat the Vikings. All right, now tonight, Tampa Bay Buccaneers will play Houston. And the Chargers play the Raiders. Hilarious. What's up, Tez?
What's going on,
Hey,
KJ?
girl.
Hey, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the guy. Good
Peace,
morning.
Taz.
Well, let's get straight into it, guys. So over the weekend, well, actually on Friday, we know that the killer that killed Charlie Kirk is now in custody. Now, after a 33-hour manhunt at a news conference on Friday morning, officials identified the person in custody as 22-year-old Tyler Robinson. Now, authorities did not find Robinson on their own. Robinson's father identified him from the photos circulated by the FBI. The sources added that the 22-year-old confessed to his father, who urged him to turn himself in. Now, according to his father, Robinson said that he would rather commit suicide than surrender. So then his father called the family friend, who is a youth pastor, and then together they called the U.S. Marshals. So there was a press conference as well, and the Utah Republican Governor Spencer Cox had this to say. Take a listen.
For 33 hours, I was praying that if this had to happen here, that it wouldn't be one of us. That somebody drove from another state, somebody came from another country. Sadly, that prayer was not answered the way I had hoped for.
Yeah,
Now, guys, a lot of folks
with that, like that, he said that he wanted it to be somebody from another country. They skipped over the part that he said he wanted it to be somebody from another state.
I didn't even see that part. How about
Yeah.
that? All I see was that clip where he said, I wish it was somebody from another
they
country.
clipped it.
Well, it actually was not somebody from another country. It was somebody from Utah. And they did recover the weapon, guys, and I kind of wanted to go over this a little bit. It was an older model Mauser bolt action rifle. And if you look it up, you'll see that it has a scope on it. A lot of the YouTubians, over the weekend were, doing all these different videos on how it had to be a sniper. It had to be some type of high-level training. So I want people to know that Tom Cheatham, a former ATF Associate Deputy Director, said you do not need to be an expert to take this long shot. Just practice. He used military basic training as an example. He said that soldiers with no experience are trained to hit targets over 325 yards. We know that the suspect was about 150 yards away from Kirk. Now, I want to be clear, guys. He's not saying that this guy went to the military. He's not saying Robinson went to the military. He just wanted to use it as an example because a lot of folks were making all these assumptions. And I just want to say, as a veteran, an M60 gunner, I completely agree, guys. You do not have to be a sniper to take that long shot. So let's just continue to wait for the evidence to come out, to see who else possibly could have been involved. But I think that's important, because there were a lot of conspiracy theories online. Remember, guys, basic training is just 6 weeks. So when I went into the military, I had zero experience at all. And we are hitting center mass by the end of that 6-week training and with that type of distance.
And Tyler, he had hunting experience, right? They said he used to go out hunting with his father.
Yeah, there was pictures of him
Absolutely.
as a kid holding a rifle. So, yeah, he's been shooting for a long time.
And then one other thing, Governor Spencer Cox was on ABC yesterday providing additional information that Tyler Robinson did not confess directly to authorities as of now. The governor said that Robinson's live-in romantic partner is the one who is cooperating with authorities. Take a listen to what he had to say.
And anything new on the investigation? You say he admitted that, confessed?
No, not again. He is not confessed to authorities. He is not cooperating. But all the people around him are cooperating, and I think that's very important. There were reports yesterday that we can confirm that his roommate was indeed a boyfriend who is transitioning from male to female. That's information that the FBI had mentioned yesterday. We can confirm that as well, and that he is cooperating with authorities as well.
He sounded a bit nervous there. You sound real nervous saying that. Okay.
I was definitely talking over his words now. The formal charges will be tomorrow, so I'll bring you that information as soon as we get it. And I know a lot of folks are saying, what does transition have to do with it? And I just want to direct people's attention to that as they're trying to put together motive, this is the evidence that they're collecting. And just to remind you, on a lot of the bullet casing, one of the bullet casings said, if you're gay, if you read this, you're gay.
Yeah.
So a lot of folks are asking, what does transition have to do with it? What does the roommate have to do with it? Again, we do not know yet. We will see tomorrow. And then also one more thing before I let you guys go. FBI Director Kash Patel. Democrats said he got some splaining to do this week. They will be bringing him before Congress to answer the inconsistencies that he had. Because remember, guys, when they said he was in custody and he wasn't in custody, he was back in custody, So Democrats will be asking him some questions this week on why there was some inconsistencies.
Yeah, the transitioning thing, that's right wing's media's way of trying to say he had a left-leaning ideology, but they be acting like the only people who like transgenders are on the left. Trust, there's just as many transgender lovers on the right. They just do it undercover.
That's right.
That's it.
All right. Well, that is front page news. Thank you, Tez.
Absolutely.
We'll see you next hour. Everybody else, get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, phone lines are wide open. Let us know how your weekend was. Call us up right now. Again, 1-800-585-1051. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
I'm dialing. Hey, what you doing, man? I'm dialing. I'm calling you.
This is your time to get it off your chest, whether you're mad or blessed. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Yo, this Carter from Charleston.
Carter, what up, man?
843, what's happening?
Hey, listen, man. Hey, DJ Envy and Jess Hilarious, get off of Charlamagne the God, because I've been listening to this last week trying to call in. He never said that Glow would mock Nicki Minaj. He said 20 for 20, it would be a bop. He never said that she would wash her, okay? So get off his case, all right?
He said that on the phone. He said
no,
it on the phone. He did. You in the room with us?
Whatever.
You in the room with us?
But I heard on the radio.
I didn't say that in the room.
I heard on the radio.
Stay your ass where you
I heard on the radio. He never said that. Get off his back.
I feel
right?
you.
Goodbye, Carter. Hello, who's this?
Good morning, DJ Envy. This is Courtney from Atlanta.
Courtney from Atlanta. What up? Get it off your chest.
I wanted to say how did the L taste yesterday. Go Cowboys.
You already know.
What happened over the weekend? I don't know. What happened?
Don't act like that, Envy. You watched that game? Hey, that game was like a Super Bowl game, though, man.
What?
That game was very close.
That
game wasn't like no
great.
Super Bowl game. That game was like a game of Madden that you play at home with you and a friend.
It was great. Amazing game. Sometimes you be looking at the ball. Why he throw that? Oh, he caught it.
Yeah.
Like, it was one of those games.
Yeah, that game was good, man. But go Cowboys.
And
y'all have a good day.
And I think y'all should check your kicker for steroids because his leg is crazy.
I just want the record to, first of all, that sounded wild. His leg is crazy. I want the record to show too that Russell Wilson was great and the Giants suck, just like I told Sierra they would be. Y'all are buttholing too right now.
Oh my
That's
God.
your record. Okay, buttholing too. Look at me, King.
Nothing wrong
Look
with
at me,
nothing wrong.
buttholing too.
Nothing wrong with little butt. Hello, pause. Hello, who's this?
You sounded gay too. Something about too. Look at me, King.
Where's this energy? My wifey's back. Shout out to Joe Paul. Goes back.
Love you.
Good morning, Breakfast Club family.
Calm down, love you. Good morning.
Good morning.
You already know it's Lovey from the Bronx.
What's up, Lovey?
Up, not down.
Yes, energy.
My wife.
Your phone is messed up.
Yes, Bluetooth. Take us off Bluetooth.
He's trying to say that he's happy that his wife, Jasmine Figueroa, is back.
That's what he's trying to say.
His wife in his mind.
Damn. Bye, Lovey.
You can ask her. She'll co-sign it.
Lovey, you got to fix your Bluetooth.
My wife.
Oh, my goodness. Taz, if you're listening, Lovey was trying to say hello.
Lovey was trying to say welcome back into his life.
He was trying to say, but his phone is trash. Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. If you need to vent, hit us up now. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
It's a new day.
This is your time to get it off your chest,
Wake up.
whether you're mad or blessed.
It's time to get up and get something.
Call up now. 800-585-1051. We want to hear from you on The Breakfast Club.
Hello, who's this?
Hey, good morning. This is Adele.
Adele, what's up? Get it off your chest.
How y'all doing? Well, first of all, my condolences, of course, to Charlie Kirk and his family. They wanted to just let that slide by. But I wanted to shout out Jess. Went to the Baltimore show last week. I'm a little bit late.
Adele,
but she kept her word and did the Baltimore two-step bobby right there. I got it on camera and everything.
I did it for you.
You did it for me. I appreciate it.
No problem.
And I wanted to give you a review of your show.
What's up? Go ahead, do it. What's up?
I thought it was really good. Like, I admire how you came out strong, confident, natural. You're real funny, for real. I think you have what it takes to actually have a special. You can just tell by the way you carry yourself, and especially with the impromptu jokes. I think you had a whole situation in the crowd, and you just kind of naturally spun it off, and you were still funny.
Yeah.
And it's not easy to do that, so I really enjoyed myself. My wife enjoyed it. And I'm proud of you. Looking forward to what you got in store for you.
Yes, thank you so much, Adele. Yes, you and your beautiful wife. I thank y'all for coming. I appreciate you. And I did that 2-step. So thank you. I appreciate that.
Did. And thanks for reminding me.
Have a good one. And don't call back up here asking. You got your video for doing a 2-step. You call me once a week for that 2-step. You got it. Thank you, Adele.
I appreciate it.
All right, brother.
Yeah, why he got so distraught at the end? I appreciate it. Yeah, so much energy in it. I appreciate it.
Hello, who's this?
Hello, yo, what's up? This is Marcus from Somerville.
Marcus, what up?
843, what's happening?
What's going on, Charlamagne? How you doing this morning?
Blessed, black, and highly favored, my brother.
Hey, I feel the same way. So, check this out. My only vent is I'm tired of little people down here, people of the other race or whatnot, always looking down on us because we just a little bit. I've been in the culinary industry for 23 years. Always hate on, always stuff, because these little privileged people are out here just have certain connections and whatnot, and they don't look at the real talent. And we always got the bigger people talking about politics and stuff like that, which is great.
Well,
but it takes all the small people to get us where we need to be at.
Well, listen, don't focus on that. Focus on shouting out your business while you on the Breakfast Club this morning. Shout out your business, man. Tell people where they can, find you for for a dope culinary experience.
Oh man, if you listen to a radio show, you know me. I'm from Somerville Market. Everybody knows who I am.
That ain't gonna work, buddy. That ain't gonna work. That's not how you market and promote your business, man.
Everybody know who I am.
What is the name of your what is the name? Huh?
Oh no, I'm just a line cook. I don't have my own business or nothing like that. I don't want one.
Oh, he's in culinary school right now.
So you're in culinary school?
Yeah. Well, have a good one, bro. He was saying that white people hate on him while he's in culinary school. That's what he was saying. That's what
I thought he was making it sound like he couldn't get no business. Yeah, like he cooks and nobody hiring him.
Get it off your chest. 800-585-1051. Now, when we come back from Howard University, we have Loren LoRosa here. What's up, Lauren?
Hey, Envy. How you feeling?
I'm good. You was all in the Howard band and stuff. We must go to Howard University.
I understand what you were trying to do.
We were trolling Envy,
But she didn't go to Howard.
It was a Del State Howard University link up. They wanted to let me know.
They were saying Howard. They were saying the real issue was
because
Howard.
that's the Envy thing. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I just, organized the troll.
Well, I should have recorded the video and not have been in it.
No, I needed to be in it. I looked
Who won the game?
Nobody knows.
I don't know.
See that?
Wow.
Nobody knows.
I don't know. I'll find out for you. I don't know. Crazy. But so we were outside this weekend, so we're going to get into that in the latest. The Canelo Crawford fight went down. I was outside for New York Fashion Week. Cardi B literally shut down the streets. I ran into Sherry Shepherd. She got a lot going on over there at her talk show, so I got some exclusive details on what's actually happening with the show. Emmys happen. We got a lot to talk about in this first hour.
All right, we'll get into all that next. So don't go anywhere. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious.
Damn.
Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club.
Monday just be hitting you the way Crawford hit Canelo over the weekend, man. Remember when you just hit him and spun him around?
Yep.
You woke up like, damn, it's Monday.
That's right. Well,
here we are.
Let's get to the latest with Lauren.
Lauren becoming a straight fact.
She gets them from somebody that knows somebody.
She gets the details.
I'm the homegirl that knows a little bit about everything.
She be having the latest on you.
The latest with Loren LoRosa.
Sometimes she have facts, sometimes she have details, sometimes she have a little bit of everything.
What was the latest?
On The Breakfast Club.
Talk to me.
Man, was this a weekend? There was a lot going on. So we are going to start quickly. We're going to go over to Vegas for the Canelo versus Crawford fight. So I heard you guys talking a bit about it this morning. Terrence Crawford moved up 2 divisions to fight Canelo and won the undisputed super middleweight championship on Saturday in Vegas. Now, this made Crawford a 4-division world champion and put his name in the history books by becoming the first men's fighter in the 4-belt era since 2007 to become an undisputed champion in 3 weight classes: junior, welterweight, and super middleweight. So congratulations to him.
Absolutely.
Now, I do have the audio from one of the post-fight interviews where Canelo was talking about Terrence Crawford and compared him to Floyd Mayweather. Let's take a listen.
In the world of comparisons that we live in right now, if you can, compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terrence Bud Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, now that was a big take. And of course, he's fought both of them.
Yeah, he would know.
So that was a big take. But
not really.
I think
lost
so.
to both of them.
Not for people who watch boxing. No, that's not. No.
Well, I just wanted to make sure that we sent that Terrence Crawford some love, because he also talked a lot that night about how people underestimated him and thought, because people didn't really. He doesn't have the biggest star power, that he wasn't going to win the fight, and he definitely took that home. So congratulations to him. Now
the what?
He doesn't have like the biggest star power.
Oh, no.
Yeah, like people were he was saying that people were underestimating him because of that. But we're going to move on over to New York. So this weekend, New York Fashion Week kicked off, and there was so much going on. So I attended the Sergio Hudson show over the weekend. Shout out to Sergio Hudson. He came here with Stephanie Mills. He's been here a couple times. So he showed his spring and summer 2026 line, and at his show, he had Alandria from Love Island. I was going to say Love Here, but Love Island on the runway. Her and Shelly of Love Island, if you watch the show, you know that from season 6 to season 7, these girls have become like the muses of the show.
And they are beautiful. They look like two doll babies.
I saw them backstage I saw Alandria backstage at one of the shows, and I just couldn't stop staring at her. She's so beautiful.
Alandria is pretty.
Yeah, so they were everywhere. They were on every runway. They were at every show. They were the muses of New York Fashion Week. But also in attendance for Sergio was Miss Stephanie Mills, of course. Mary J. Blige was there as well. Stylist and icon June Ambrose. I got to meet her.
I've seen that, yeah.
Yes, and then Sherry Shepherd was there. I saw Sherry Shepherd a few times this week, but this was one of the first times that we actually got to like talk, because you're just moving and grooving. And she had pulled me to the side just to say hello, her and her publicist, Miss Simone, and they were actually telling me how our segment that we did on Nia Long, when we reported on it and we actually pulled the audio of what Sherry said, was really helpful for her on the back end, because it cleared up all of because it looked so messy and so crazy.
Right.
Yeah, so she was just talking to me a bit about navigating this space and, how to get in people's business, but like get to the point and keep clarity in things.
Did she give you some tea on her executive producer, showrunner John Murray leaving?
She could not give me any tea. She would not tell me anything, but I did make some phone calls. I had a couple conversations, because what has been said there's been a few things. It's been that, there was issues with John and execs. It's been said that possibly John and Sherry and her best friends fell out. He made that clear when he announced he was leaving. Friends. Yeah, that they're still good. But what I was told, and also too, people were trying to say that the conversation was around ratings, that maybe her ratings had slipped, and that's why they're bringing in like new EPs, new showrunners. So what I was told was that the September 2nd announcement, when John mentioned that he was leaving, is exactly what it was. It's nothing about ratings. Sherry Shepherd has been number 2 in the 18 to 54 key demographic, which is the demographic that really matters. The only show above her is Kelly and Mark, and she's been there for some years now. When she got renewed for her season 4, I remember it being a big thing that she was still number 2. So people were making
big. She's still at number 2 in 2554.
Yes, 1854.
Oh, 1854.
Yeah, but people are making this a conversation about, is her show falling off? Are the ratings going out the window? Because now they're having to bring in new staff, like the production companies and networks are bringing in people. And from what I was told over the weekend, that is not true whatsoever. Yeah, so just wanted to clear that up. But also Fashion Week, Cardi B.
Yes, let's get to it, girl.
Baby. Okay, so Cardi B, first of all, her and Culture were out at some of the shows. Alexander Wayne had a huge show.
So cute.
Yes, so her and Culture dressed alike. And when I tell y'all, Culture was the moment, baby.
Dope.
Yeah. If you watch any of the videos from Alexander Wayne's show, you'll see Culture and Cardi. And Culture is just like, she's taking it. Like, she's posing. She's doing all the things. A ton of other celebrities as well, too. But then Cardi took it uptown. So she's uptown. She's doing this bodega pop-up as a part of her rollout for Am I the Drama. And when I tell y'all, there had to be at least like 10,000 people out there.
In the streets, yeah.
Yes, in the streets. Her car was literally blocked. She couldn't even move.
I seen her on there. She jumped on the roof, right?
She had to. She couldn't go nowhere else.
She had the baby out there with her.
She had Blossom on the roof of the car with her. Culture was also in the car too. But Cardi B talked about the pop-up, and she said that Atlantic underestimated the amount of people that would show up. Let's take a listen to Cardi B speaking on the pop-up.
That pop-up was insane. I think we underestimated that pop-up, but that pop-up mean a lot to me because it's like Washington Heights is like my second hood. I used to walk the bridge from High Bridge, the 155th Bridge, all the way over here. I always told you that I used to live on 157 in Broadway, and my grandma, she's from like down the block, for real. So for me to see so many people pop up, for me, in the blocks that I will walk up and down with me and one of my best friends, Dayelis, and my sister Hennessy and stuff like that, it means a lot to me, like more than you guys could ever imagine. And even though it was like 18 years ago, 15 years ago, it just feels like yesterday, and I just can't believe that all these people pop up for me.
Dropping the clues bombs for Cardi B. understanding that you still have to have a rollout, and when it comes to marketing and promotion, this is a dope rollout. Okay, like everybody gave the Clips a lot of credit, and they should have got it for just hitting up a bunch of media outlets, because that's what you used to do when you would have a rollout. But what Cardi's doing is actually, putting together events and pop-ups and marketing and promotion. Like, she's got a very dope rollout.
That's she's doing it like the 90s, very hand in hand. She's out there in the street. She got the thing on. I seen her walking through the trains. I seen her going through the bodegas.
The train one was fire.
The subway, that was hilarious. And the guy really gave her $10 right there on the spot for the album. That was so funny.
Yeah, so while she was at the bodega, she brought almost 200 sandwiches and nearly 300 drinks for everybody outside, according to one of the deli workers. Like, she brought everybody their favorite sandwiches, all the things. So yeah,
it's just interesting to me to see an artist out there working, because these artists be acting like they too cool for school. That's right. All of them think they Beyonce. They can just drop an album, and their TikTok followers and social media followers gonna go buy it. No, you better go out there and work. And let people know you got an album coming. That's right. And then when you sell 30,000 records your first week, and your album is done after a week, you wonder why.
30,000 is considered good now.
Well, guess what?
30, for real? Yeah, 30,000 is considered good because you put into the streaming play and the purchasing thing. So 30,000.
So imagine what you did if you actually went out there and worked. Clips did over 100.
That's right.
Okay,
which is amazing.
Cardi's gonna definitely do over 100.
Absolutely positive.
But they don't really make money from streaming, though, do they?
Yes, they do.
They
do, but it's not.
They make money off of streaming, but it's like
small.
No, not like that. But they do make money off of it.
Gotcha. Yeah, and then wrapping up, I do want to mention you can also order. She set it up. Cardi set it up where you can order "Am I the Drama" on DoorDash once it's released, and it kind of goes with the whole Cardi B bodega situation.
You can order that on DoorDash.
Yeah, she has it where you can order things on DoorDash.
So you can buy the vinyl. I'm sure you can buy T-shirts. I'm sure you could buy because I don't know if they have a cassette, but I know they have vinyl and CD, right?
Marketing.
Yeah, she has all of those.
I love it.
Yes,
that's dope.
Yeah, so that's the latest. We're going back inside in the next. Well, not true. Next hour we're going to talk about the Emmys. We got to go to LA.
Okay, all right. Now when we come back, we got front page news. Tesla and Figaro's back, so we'll kick it with Tez.
Let's just drop a clues bomb for Loren getting through that segment.
Thank you. Keeping it moving, right?
You kept it moving. You gave us the right amount of details for everything.
Appreciate it.
You ate that down.
We missed you at Sergio Hudson.
Oh, damn.
I mean, not Sergio Hudson. Romeo Hunt. Yes, I was there too.
Fashion show was yesterday. Yes, I landed back and I was tired.
I figured. I told him that you had shows, but thank you, sis. I appreciate that.
All right. When we come back, like I said, Tesla and Figaro front page news. So don't go anywhere. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
You're checking out the Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Let's get back in some front page news. Start off with some quick sports. Over the weekend, Terrence Crawford defeated Canelo Alvarez by unanimous decision. Now he is the undisputed super middleweight, holds the world title. So congratulations to Terrence Crawford.
Yeah, dropping the clues bombs to Terrence Crawford, man. I wonder do Canelo and Crawford retire now? Because neither one of them have anything left to prove,
I think they do a rematch.
No.
Why not? Canelo made $100 million?
150.
Jesus Christ.
Just for real?
Yes.
Well, Canelo got a couple more fights, though. I think Canelo got a couple more fights under Turkey.
They said Bud got, I think, 10 million, 15 million.
No, Bud got like 50 million. But Bud was playing when he said he got 10 million. He said that in the interview with Akim Barak. He was clearly joking.
I don't know.
So if he got 50 million, why Canelo get 150?
Canelo was the bigger draw. Boxing. Canelo was the bigger draw. And it's Mexican Independence Weekend. Like I love salute to Terrence Crawford, but Terrence Crawford has never been as big of a draw as Canelo Alvarez. Never. Like people are just starting. A lot of people outside of boxing are just starting to realize who Terrence Crawford is.
Correct.
Yeah. So he sold most of the. Well, yeah, most of the tickets.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Gotcha.
Yeah. All right. And there's some quick sports. Cowboys beat the Giants, y'all know that. Seahawks beat Steelers, Rams beat the Titans, Patriots beat the Dolphins. Don't you laugh, Tez. 49ers beat the Saints, Lions beat the Bears, Cardinals beat the Panthers, Falcons beat the Vikings, the Eagles beat the Chiefs, Colts beat the Broncos, Ravens beat the Browns, Bengals beat the Jaguars, the Bills beat the Jets, Seahawks beat the Steelers. And in Monday Night Football, the Buccaneers play Houston and the Chargers take on the Raiders. What's up, Tez?
What's going on, DJ MB, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the God.
Hey,
Peace,
girl.
Tez.
Let's get into it, guys. If you are disabled and use Uber, check this story out. The U.S. government is suing Uber, accusing the ride-sharing company of discriminating against passengers with disabilities. Now, the U.S. Department of Justice said Uber drivers routinely refuse to serve people with disabilities, including riders who travel with service animals or wheelchairs. The department also said Uber and its drivers charge people without permission for cleaning fees for serving for service animals, and charge people for cancellation fees after they deny the service. So let me say that again. After they say, I'm not going to give you a ride, they still charge them for the cancellation fee. So I think that's wrong. Some drivers also say that they've been insulted, demeaned, and have just been flat out just been the drivers have been rude to them. So I want to ask you guys a question. I know I've gotten in an Uber before, after a service animal has been in a car, and it did require a cleaning fee. Do y'all think that's discrimination?
No.
What, when you get in the car and
there's a service animal? No.
And it smell like dog. No, like if you're getting in after the Uber, if the service animal messed up the vehicle, they're saying that they're getting charged these fees. Do you consider that discrimination, or is that fair? Is it fair?
I think the Uber driver needs to let the person know beforehand. Like there should be something on the app that lets you know, hey, we don't accept service animals, or we don't accept not even just service animals, just dogs in the car. Period. Because to me, it just sounds like these Uber drivers don't want the responsibility
to clean up after somebody's animal.
Well, you can't discriminate somebody's service dog,
right?
So,
but if you just say animals, that's not discrimination. If you say I don't accept pets, like there's some.
But if it's a service animal, you can't discriminate.
But what about I don't want pets in my car?
You can't work like that because if it's a service animal, you need it for a
specific. But what if my priority
reason.
Is already I don't want animals in my car?
Against service animals.
Like there's some drivers that don't let you eat in their car.
Yeah,
but eating is different than a service animal. If you have a service animal and you have a service animal vest, they have to let you in majority of all the stores. Like there's certain things with service animals you reply, and some people.
But I'm talking about my car. Forget the store. If I'm in my car and I say I don't accept animals in my car.
If you're a driver and you're driving for the public, you have to be able to take service animals. Same thing with like buses and flights. You have to take service animals.
Are you sure about that?
Yes.
That's right. That's why they're getting sued.
That's why they're getting sued. Yes.
Well,
he's not just the homie's pit bull. Like this is a service animal that's there for a reason.
It's hard to call it discrimination though if I don't want animals in my car.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is a tough one when it comes to the animals. Now, not letting people ride. Okay, we can have that, but I know that sometimes you need to pay a cleaning fee. That I do know. So I thought that was interesting to talk about. So looks like you guys just made a point on this. That proved why this is going to court. So another story I want to tell you about our brother, everybody's brother, Malcolm Jamal Warner. Wanted to give you an update on his honor and his legacy. His wife over the weekend, Tanisha Warner, who is the widow of actor Malcolm Jamal Warner, who tragically died, as we know, in a drowning accident in Costa Rica almost 2 months ago, announced that she and her daughter would be launching 2 initiatives, River and Ember and the Michael Jamal Warner Foundation, to honor his memory. So she said on Instagram, "Thank you for holding us in so much love during this tender time. Tomorrow marks our anniversary and my heart is wide open. For the first time, I'm sharing a glimpse of the love that began it all." So you can go to the Instagram, see photos. They had a private relationship. Didn't have a lot of her photos and the wedding photos out there, so she did put that out there, and so they're starting those organizations in his name. And just give you quickly a little bit about it. The River and Ember, it invites families to connect through story and art. The goal is to deepen the bond between parents and children, and the Malcolm Jamal Warner Family Foundation exists to honor the truth by nurturing the next generation of poets, painters, musicians, performers, and creators who carry courage, freedom, and authenticity. We remember that, Malcolm was also a poet as well. So
rest in peace to Malcolm Jamal Warner.
Absolutely.
Hold on, Ted, I want to go back to the Uber thing, right? Is there like a certification that proves your animal is a service dog?
Some of y'all are using it on the planes. They do have a service animal certification that you can apply for, which a lot of people be cheating just as FYI because people get on the plane for free with it. But yes, you do. You can prove that it's a service animal.
And this is why this is an interesting lawsuit, because it says Uber drivers must allow service animals but can choose whether to allow other pets or emotional support animals, because these animals are protected by law. For non-service animals, riders got to contact the driver in advance to ensure they are comfortable with pets and to avoid any issues. So
service animals are totally different. Like they're not just your comfort animal.
But how do you prove it's a service animal? If I'm a driver,
you're supposed to get documentation.
That's
when
my
you
point.
have service animal.
How do you prove it's a service animal? If I'm a driver, because if I got my emotional support dog, and I'm like, well, I need it. And I'm like, no.
And you can buy a vest off Amazon. Like, you could buy a service animal vest off Amazon.
But you really can. Yeah, I did one time. Shout out to Southwest Airlines.
You can buy a vest.
Not for an emotional support dog.
What you mean?
Yeah, that's two different
dogs. You don't know what that is.
No, there's two different things. But
that's my point. And so it's up to according to this, it's up to the Uber driver's discretion.
So if it's an emotional support dog.
He can't discriminate against the service animal, but he can tell you if you got an emotional support dog, no.
Which is
documentation.
Good for your mental health.
Documentation, yeah.
Because people have emotional support dogs for anxiety and all that type of stuff.
That's right.
But there is
but that's what they're saying. People are getting discriminated against with the
documentation,
the service animal as well.
Service, not
for the
emotional.
Yeah.
All right.
But listen, I want to salute to Tez, man. Tez is going to be doing front page news all of this week because Teslin Figaro is going to be on Abby Phillips' show this Thursday on CNN. They done messed around and let goddamn Teslin Figaro on mother freaking CNN. And so she'll be there this Thursday at what? Abby, come on at 10 o'clock, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, girl.
Congrats, Tez.
Yes, definitely.
Thank you so much.
And I like this. That's the reason I like Abby's show, because Abby brings on voices that need to be on TV, but you don't see on TV like you should. Like people like Teslin Figaro. She be bringing Anna from the Young Turks on there. What's Anna Kasparian? So that's gonna be good. You know who you gonna be on there with yet?
No, they haven't told me yet, but I will be in the studio with you guys on Thursday. So it's Thursday, and we'll see what to do. I'm gonna behave myself, Charlamagne.
No, I don't want you to behave on CNN.
Oh boy,
I want you to go on there and be Teslin Figaro. I don't want you to behave.
All right. Well, thank you, Tez. We'll see you tomorrow.
Absolutely. Peace.
All right. When we come back, Nick Cannon will be joining us, so don't move. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Loren LoRosa is here as well, and we got a special guest in the building.
A man I have no problem calling an icon.
Oh, I appreciate that.
No, for real. Nick Cannon is here. How you doing, my brother?
Man, I'm good. I mean, I would say the same about you, man.
No,
I mean,
not yet.
Come on, man. Quit playing.
You know, the reason it made me think of that, I was listening to you on Myth Bleak podcast.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I was just like, I don't know if it's because you and Bleak got such history.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like I heard a different side of you in that interview.
Really?
Like, I don't know why. It was like it made me look at things in a different perspective. Not like I didn't always look at you in that way, but I'm like, yo, Nick has really done a lot. And I remember it was one part you was talking about how you just wanted to do things that were always authentic to you.
Yeah.
And it made me start thinking about all the different hats you've worn: the comedian, actor, TV host, rapper, director, executive. And I was just like, damn.
Nah, I pre that, especially coming from you, man, because that conversation, that was when Myth was up here and he was.
So did you used to be running around with him?
But I've been in this game for so long. Mm-hmm. Like I've been running through New York since the 90s. You know what I mean? And I used to run with them because we was all kind of young and stuff. So, everybody used to look out for me because I was like this kid that was doing stand up and rapping and all of that stuff. So everybody would look out for me. It's like from Jay to Will Smith, all of those different people kind of took a liking to me. So I've seen the game since the 90s. And to your point, man, like I've been blessed to be able to do so many different things. But it's like time, you don't think like, damn, 30 years have passed. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, and I've done so much stuff that I forgot about a lot of times, but it's like, from the movies, the TV shows and all that stuff. And now I'm just in a space, man, where I'm just trying to operate and be the best father I can be, and peace. That's it. Peace is most important.
Which role feels most authentically you then? And which one do you think people underestimate?
I mean, if we talking like artistry, I love acting. Mm-hmm. I mean, at the core, but stand up is what got me on. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Stand up is what you can do for the rest of your life, and it's evolved in such a way now. So I'll probably never stop doing that. There used to be this idea of like, oh, I want to be the entrepreneur and the hustler, and I did that for like 10, 15 years and did it heavy and made a lot of money, and then it was like, it ain't even really about that no more. So if I'm talking about my craft, I think I really enjoy acting. Mm-hmm. But I'm still gonna be the businessman that I am. Now I'm in that space where I just want to give people opportunities, and so that has kind of almost stepped in front of like how much money I can make, and like, yo, how many people can I help? And that's why I say with you, man, I mean, from the Black Effect to everything you're building in the spaces of mental health, like, it's so necessary and so needed that I don't think you get the flowers as much as you should, because you are quietly building culture for this next generation where nobody else is doing it. Mm-hmm. Like, and you're doing it in a way where it's unapologetic. And I mean, it's from somebody who always wanted to do it and literally watched you build it. I'm like, man, that's so dope, man.
But you did build it. That's what I'm saying. Like, to me, the underestimated part about you is your role as an executive. Because you think about Wild 'N Out's going on, 22 seasons?
Yeah.
Like, people may not know. The Masked Singer, you're an executive producer of that. Like, That was, you was like, yo, let's do this.
I brought it out. Yeah, we got it. We took it from, it was a Korean property. Mm-hmm. It was and it was a hit overseas, and we brought it here. And now season 14. So it's just like, but that's to me, those are things like I just enjoy it, and I guess that's the business mindset as an executive. But to me, like that's like I'm so in that space now. Like I'm probably creating maybe 3 or 4 different game shows and stuff like that coming up, because I understand like, oh, I can have fun doing this, but then at the same time, this is an empty space that you don't really see us in that much. So
you were the chairman of Teen Nick for 10 years.
10 years, yeah. We was over there at 15.
Yeah.
I mean, you was over there.
Yeah. See, that story f***ed me up because I didn't realize. Well, the Masked Singer story f***ed me up because I didn't realize you left
America's Got Talent.
Yeah, talk about that.
Yeah, I mean, well, it was so long ago, but you know, me running my mouth, saying stuff I ain't had no business saying. Well, actually, I was telling jokes in my stand-up, and NBC didn't like it, and they kind of like threatened to fire me. And I was on my Chappelle at the time, like I had been kicking it with him, and I was like, oh, well, I quit. And I literally just stepped away from America's Got Talent. Everybody's like, yo, this is the biggest mistake of your entire career.
You was making, what, $20 million a year?
Yeah. And it was, people are like, jobs like that don't come around again. Howard Stern was trying to convince me to stay. And I'm looking up to him because he told NBC when, you know, back in the day that he was leaving and all that stuff. So, and he was like, nah, man, keep that job. Simon Cowell, everybody was trying to convince me. And then I was like, nah, I know my worth. And then I went and created a show over at Fox that was bigger than America's Got Talent.
When you posted about you leaving AGT back all those years ago, you had said that at one point you were in a dark place about trying to figure out the decision.
Yeah, because everybody was like against me, like my entire team, and I'm like, what, am I making a bad decision? Because I'm literally trying to stand up for freedom of speech and stand up for my culture and all of that stuff, and it was like, wait, I feel like I'm making the right decision, but they're like, nah, man, this is how the game works, and you're the highest paid host on television and all that stuff. You step away from that, you know, the industry's not going to rock with you no more. And I just stood 10 toes down, but it was definitely a dark place because, I mean, and that's happened a few times in my career. Yeah. So like at certain points, it's like, oh, I know what this is. It's a cycle. You know what I mean? So long as I can always stay true to myself, then it ain't never gonna be an issue with me. But it was scary, you know, when them first times happened. You don't know, like, dang, is this over? Dang, how am I gonna feed my family from this point on? If everybody around me, agents, managers, everybody was like, nah, you got to figure this out. But you know, luckily, believing in yourself definitely plays off.
What did you learn about, like, how to navigate the race conversations working with corporations from that? Because I know the joke was, you jokingly saying,
yeah, I said NBC stood for nigga be careful.
It's true. They proved you right.
Right. And they didn't like that. But again, and we had several conversations, you know, closed door, and it was when you feel something isn't authentic, you just kind of know, like, yo, I'm gonna just trust my gut. And sometimes, because I don't think there was any malice even from their side and stuff. They're trying to protect their brand. And then there was part of me that just at that time in my life, I was soapboxing so heavy. You know what I mean? Yeah. I wanted to pontificate. I wanted to, and that's the energy I think even a lot of us was on when it was really just like, yo, we standing up for us and we ownership and all of that. And I think rightly so, it was a good decision at the time. But now that I'm, you know, a little more mature and all that stuff, it's like, yo, you definitely got to know how to pick your battles. Even though I won that one, and you know, I would encourage people to always stand firm in who you are and what you represent. But it can drain you so much, you know what I mean? And like I said, it's only by the grace of God that, you know, I am able to continue on and continue to keep going and not stopping. So, but yeah, man, at this point, man, I'm chilling. I'm just like I said, peace is the most important thing to me.
We're still kicking it with Nick Cannon. Loren.
Well, you got the Nick at Night show now.
Yeah.
Late night space. Why late night space this time?
I'll be honest, they kind of, you know, Amazon came at me and was like, yo, you should do this. And I was like, all right, you know, like it was a fun, you know, take on how to flip late night and almost like late night radio. That used to be like the call-in advice for relationship and sex and stuff like that. So it was a cool, we do it at, a spot that I have ownership in Hollywood, and it's just like a cool little date night vibe to where, we bring in a professional, whether it's a therapist or a psychologist, and they give the real advice, and I'm just there for the commentary. But it's super dope because then I do man on the street bits with it and all that stuff. So it's just another thing to do. Again, something to have fun with. But when they presented it to me, I was like, all right, let's get it.
I saw you on there saying you don't like the term co-parenting.
I think that was they clickbait. I think what I said, but in that sense, what I was saying, I was like, it's parenting. You know what I mean? I think we start, trying to come up with all of these phrases that kind of like, no, let's just be the best parents we can possibly be, because then once you start trying to define what co-parenting is, and then it's like, then that diminishes what our experience is as parents. You know what I mean? I think everybody wants to be the best parents to their child. So I was just saying, I don't like all of these terms that society just starts putting on there, especially, based off of, they throw terms at me constantly. So I was like, why can't it just be parenting? Like, why does it? But that there's a negative connotation sometimes that it goes in, like, I've never had a bad experience. So I'd rather just like, no, we parent together. Like that just sounds, a little better than what co-parenting. Co-parenting sounds like you got lawyers involved and stuff like that, which the people who do that's cool. But it's like, I feel like if we're really getting to the core of it, parenting is what we're doing.
People love coming for you in the parenting stuff.
They do.
Does it ever get to a point where you're just like, what the hell? Like, I'm over it. Everything you say.
Not really, because it's like, it's been that way for years. Like, I've never, like...
it's been that way since you've had 12 kids.
I feel like it's heightened because
it's always been able to, like, from the stuff that we was talking about earlier, that they always, like, I'll say something, my mouth would get me in trouble or something, and then it's like, I got to clear it up and stuff. And a few years back, I was like, man, I ain't even worried about clearing that stuff up, especially when I have so many platforms of my own that it's just like, well, as long as they promoting it, I'm not even tripping. So, because I'm gonna speak my truth.
Yeah.
And if I'm only responsible for what I say and not for what you understand.
Yeah, because there was a clip of you talking about your daughters and who you want your daughters to date. And
yeah.
And even with that, I was like, well, if you listen to what he was trying to say and understand it, you're just
taking
saying,
accountability.
Yeah, you changed a lot. Or the man you are now is who you want your kids to date, not who you were.
Oh yeah, we did a topic about that.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. And most men, if you ask them honestly, would you be like, yo, would you want your daughter to date a young boy like you?
Yeah.
They're gonna be like, no. But in that sense, like, as we mature, you're going to be like, look, dad did a bunch of stuff, made a lot of mistakes. Please don't find somebody like that, but find somebody that is going to treat you right and do that. And that's all I was saying in that sense. It was like, I was taking accountability and just saying, like, yeah, I do have 5 daughters and I want them to make way better choices than I made. And I think that's what every parent wants.
I would want my daughters to have the version of me that went on a healing journey.
Right.
That version. If you could find that early.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of my homegirls now tell me they won't even date a guy who's not trying to do some work on themselves.
Yeah.
Maybe in therapy or something.
Big fat. And that's, I think, we obviously share that same energy of, like, therapy has changed our lives in such a way.
Absolutely.
Because I used to feed off of toxicity. I used to, from being diagnosed as a narcissist and all that, like, I would, like, that's the type of stuff was like,
that was cute.
Yeah, like, yeah, my ego.
Diagnosed?
Yeah.
The TikTok girl is gonna love that.
I don't know why I didn't know you got clinical diagnosis.
How do you die? Like, how does that work?
It's a process. You gotta have the right psychiatrist or even psychologist. They both can do it, but it's like a 3-week process to where they do a in-person verbal interview that you gotta answer all of these questions at a certain pace. Then you gotta fill out these forms. Then you gotta write and not like they're not trick questions, but they're questions that, from 1 to 10, how do you do this? How would you handle this in this situation? And then it takes about a month to come back. And then it's a spectrum. And it tells you where you land on the spectrum of NPD. And, luckily, like the far end of the spectrum where a lot of people, associate narcissism with, where there's the lack of empathy and rage, I didn't have those. Like, those are the things where, like, people just, you know, they're so into themselves that it's dangerous. But all of the, you know, the self-worth and, you know, believing that who you are and that you're, you know, a unique individual and your word matters more than most. Like, I had all of that. And you know what I mean? So that you have to do the work. Then once you've been diagnosed, you're like, oh, wow. So even in dealing with my children or dealing with the mothers of my children, it's like, now I'm equipped with saying, oh, yeah, I'm probably gaslighting when I'm doing that. Or, oh, you know what? I could probably present this a little softer, or at least with a little bit more compassion, because my nature is to be like, what? I created this, I'm that. And then it's like, but that's not helping. You know what I mean? We're not looking for resolution. I'm just looking to be right and really feeding my ego. Wow. So I've learned all of that type of stuff, and it's helped me become a better parent and a better partner in many scenarios.
When'd you get diagnosed?
When?
Yeah.
That was maybe like 2 years ago. And then, because you ever heard of Dr. Amen?
No, I'm like,
I think you had to see him because he's all online, but he does all of these brain scans. He's a brain psychiatrist, and he has, it's called the Amen Clinics, and they did like this whole brain scan on me, and I'm thinking like, oh, I'm gonna have a genius brain and all of this stuff, and turns out like I had like severe brain damage in my frontal lobe.
From what?
And he said I'm the poster child for ADHD, which I kind of always knew, but I believe it came from, you know, in the brain scans. He did a whole episode on his platform about it, but it actually, they said there was like some trauma probably when I was a kid that whether I fell or something like that actually shifted. And from that, you know, he was like, you were probably already ADHD, but because your frontal lobe was damaged, and then there was like some other, we can have toxicity of the brain too a lot of times. So there's like, whether it's stuff like, and we don't even know it in our communities, like everything from like mold and all of that stuff can actually affect how we function. And, you know, obviously, you know, it's the gut to mind ratio, like just the stuff we're putting in our bodies actually affects our mind. So I learned all of this stuff within like the last 2 years about like having a better brain and having, you know, being able to control your mind and accept the things that you've been diagnosed with, but also know that you can get better.
We're still kicking it with Nick Cannon. Charlamagne?
I'm tripping because, like, you know, when you started having a bunch of the kids, right, there's a lot of people around me that's in the mental health space, spiritual leaders. They would talk to me. One person in particular, and I'm not going to say her name, and she was like, he has narcissistic personality disorder, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, Nick? Because to your point, when I think of narcissism, I think of lack of empathy. I think of rage. I'm like, that's not Nick.
Yeah, nah.
But she called it. So to hear you say that is like, wow.
Nah, and it's true. You know what I mean? Because it's like, there's certain things, especially on the spectrum, to where I had to own up and be like, man, I did do that. You know what I mean? I did try to make it all about me. I did try to create my own. And like those are the concepts we used to embrace. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm the boss. I created this. It's my world. Chicks gotta, you know, fall in line and all of that stuff. Yeah. So, but
what, Charlamagne?
Yeah.
He was getting the things.
That ain't how you had the kids, but yeah, that was a process. That's part of it.
So what, you baby mama number 12? I'm Nick Cannon.
But you learn, man. I was on that. You know what I mean? I was on that for a long period of time, and that's scary. Obviously, too, a lot of it, if we're being completely honest, a lot of it is the trauma that I was experiencing of not knowing how to handle divorce. You know what I mean? And like me acting out because I'm like, oh, I'm the man now, and I can. And instead of healing and doing what I should have actually did, I just jumped out there, and because I had everything from wilding out and all the things, is like those were all distractions from the actual work that I probably should have done.
That's a question. Did you feel like you failed because the marriage failed, or were you worried about what the industry would think, because the industry was already on some, how did Nick Cannon get Mariah anyway?
Yeah, I think it was a little bit of both. Like I said, I hadn't did the work, you know what I mean? So I was just like, just long as I could keep moving. You know what I mean? Like long, and I didn't get a chance to slow down until I got in therapy, but I was just like, look, I just got to keep making money. I got to stay hot. I got to stay funny. And everything else will figure itself out. And I just didn't do the work. So then I looked up, 12 kids later, and I'm like, wow, I could have did things very differently. But, I stand firm on all of my decisions because, I love all my kids. I love my family infrastructure. But I know it all started from a place of pain and not really healing properly. And, because I had access to everything. So I just allowed that to kind of cloud my decision making.
So you think having all those kids was a response to your trauma?
Yeah, 100. Now I'm learning that now. Yeah, and it wasn't like I was acting out. It was more of being careless, being frivolous with my process because I could do it, because I had the money, because I had the access to whoever and however I wanted to move. And, okay, they coming at me, they asking me, opposed to like doing the mature thing and saying, hey, well, it probably makes more sense to do this. And then obviously life happens as well. So it wasn't like, oh, I'm gonna go have 12 kids. It was more about like, yo, I'm gonna just live life and have fun, and whatever happens, I can handle it. When it probably, being almost 45 now, I can sit back and be like, yeah, if I would have thought the process through a little bit more and took time to actually do the inner work, things might have been a little different in certain scenarios.
You wouldn't have 12 kids.
I don't know. You know what I mean? Like that's the only thing, because I've always said this, every child that I had was made out of love, and there were strong relationships. It's just, if I would have did the work and the healing after getting divorced, I probably would have took my time in a lot of other scenarios.
You never wanted to get a divorce, did you? I don't know. That's complicated. Now, obviously, no. Like the easy question is like, nah. Like you said, I felt like a complete failure on so many different levels because of that. But I also knew it was probably it was best for, specifically our kids and kind of being able to be the best parents we could be. So it was a tough decision. It was definitely a tough decision, but I wouldn't change it. You know what I mean? Looking back, I think it was the right decision. And I think, when I look at all of the amazing things Mariah's doing right now, it's like, yo, that's dope. You know what I mean? Like, she's in such a wonderful space, and I'm doing all right. The kids are thriving, so I'm like, we made the best decision for us, because I don't know if it would have been that way if I would have been the immature young dude I was trying to figure it all out back then.
We did a segment up here where Mariah Carey was saying that she wished she had dated Tupac.
I saw that.
And then Charlotte joked like she didn't need Tupac, she had the legend Nicholas Cannon, and I saw you but you reposted it.
Yeah.
And when you reposted it, I was like, oh, okay, Nick Cannon, like, stop playing with him.
But I mean, the thing also, Charlotte knows this about me. Like, I'm all for the jokes. I'm all for the good time. Like, I'm never nothing can make me mad. You know what I mean? So like that type, and it's funny. Like even in our house, like Mariah used to have like literally the picture of Tupac in the bubble bath. Or she had a big giant version of that.
She used to tell you she was
where? And I think one of the bathrooms or something like that. But it's like women love Tupac. Like that ain't like that's one of them things you ain't never gonna be able to compare yourself to Tupac.
You ever asked her like why this picture of all the pictures?
It was a David LaChapelle picture, and then she got a relationship with him and all that stuff. But I get it. I wasn't intimidated by it. I mean, I got abs too.
Did you and Will Smith ever bond over that? Did you ever?
Oh my God! Now I understand Nick at Night and the show and the love and the relationship and the advice and all that stuff with you, because you here right today. I'm like, okay, I get it. Before I'm like, why?
And that's the
doing
thing.
a relationship.
It's so funny too, because when people hear like, oh, Nick Cannon giving advice, I'm not giving no advice. Like if anything, I can give insight. But there's professionals there that are giving the real advice. But it's just, I'm going through a healing process. I'm working, and a lot of the therapists that you see on there are therapists that I've actually really worked with in the past and kind of done stuff. So I know their history, and that and they can actually really help. And that's just the same thing that Charlotte does this as well. Is like we just got to encourage doing the work in therapy, and especially for Black men, because we look at it as a bad thing. We look at it as like, yo, you must be crazy or something's wrong with you, where it's like, nah, man, it's really saved my life in so many aspects, from relationships to personal work to, working through trauma. It's made me a better person. So if I can offer up platforms, from whether it's the council culture platform, whether it's Nick Cannon at Night, where I can introduce psychologists and therapists to the space and people, embrace it, I'm with it.
Nicholas Scott Cannon, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for joining us, my brother.
This was fun.
It's the Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club.
Salute to Nick Cannon, man. Wow. It revealed a lot. I didn't know that he was diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder a couple of years ago, and head trauma and all types of stuff. Interesting conversation.
Yeah, salute to Nick. And let's get to the latest with Loren.
Loren be coming with straight facts.
She gets them from somebody that knows somebody.
She gets the details.
I'm the homegirl that knows a little bit about everything.
She be having the latest on you.
The latest with Loren LoRosa.
Sometimes she have facts, sometimes she have details, sometimes she have a little bit of everything.
Well, it's the latest.
On the Breakfast Club.
Talk to me.
The 77th Primetime Emmy Awards went down at the Peacock Theater in LA last night. It was hosted by comedian Nate Bargatez. I say his last name wrong all the time, but so he's SNL alum, and he opened up the show. They did an SNL skit about the future of TV, and then we got into the show. Now, the first person you saw, the first award that was presented was by Stephen Colbert. He walked out to present Best Lead Actor in a Comedy Series, and he got a standing ovation. Like, he was there to present an award to someone else, but I think, with all the conversations about the cancellation of his show or whatever, it was just so much love in the room for him. Yes. Now, he actually went on to win a trophy for Outstanding Talk Series at the Emmys and gave an amazing speech. Let's take a listen to Stephen Colbert.
The Emmy goes to The Late Show with Stephen Colbert.
Thank you for this honor. I want to thank CBS for giving us the privilege to be part of the late night tradition, which I hope continues long after we're no longer doing this show. 10 years ago, in September of 2015, Spike Jones stopped by my office and said, "Hey, what do you want this show to be about?" And I said, Spike, kind of like to do a late night show that was about love. But at a certain point, I realized that in some ways we were doing a late night comedy show about loss. And that's related to love, because sometimes you only truly know how much you love something when you get a sense that you might be losing it.
Wow.
10 years later, in September of 2025, my friends, I have never loved my country more desperately. God bless America.
Ooh, that was a ball drop on the Clues Bombs.
Yes. That was, not that he needs to laugh, but that was a great last laugh for him at CBS. Because, even being able to thank them in this speech and standing in so much love. Shout out to Stephen Colbert. But the night continued. There was a lot that happened. Tremel Tillman became the first Black man to win an Emmy for Outstanding Supporting Actor in a Drama Series for his role in The Severance. Let's take a listen to his speech.
You remember what you want to remember. You make time for what you want to make time for. Do the work, show up, and most importantly, for the love of God, don't embarrass me in public. My first acting coach was tough, y'all, but all great mothers are. Mama, you were there for me when no one else was, and no one else would show up. Your loving kindness stays with me, and this is for you. Thank you to the Academy. I am full, I am humbled, I am honored. And as my mama would say, ooh, look at God.
Great speech. What is he in? I didn't hear of him till last night.
He's in The Severance, the show The Severance.
I'm not familiar.
Yeah, so I haven't watched it either, but Brandon was actually telling me about it, one of the producers. He was saying that it has something to do with they go into work and they remember nothing from their life before work, and then they leave work remembering nothing from work. It's like something it's like a mind game show. I haven't watched it, but
I'm just really happy that he made history.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was kind of, I'm like, this 2020, but we always do this every year when there's the
Shock,
first.
right? You like, damn, I didn't even know.
Exactly. And his mom was there, so it was a great, moment for them. You saw them on the carpet. You saw him do interviews after, just talking about how, she just influenced his life. So it was a good moment for them to share together.
Congratulations to that brother. Yeah.
But how you know what job to go to if you don't remember being there?
I have not watched the show, but Brandon did tell me, our producer said that it is a really great show and that he deserved this award 1,000 times over. Yeah.
I'm going to watch it. I'm going to check it out.
Same. Now, and other things that took place.
Why you say it like that? I am.
All right.
No, I made a list of shows too.
Give me a review.
When something is that good and a brother wins, you want to see.
100%. Yes.
If I got time, I'll watch it. It's a lot going on nowadays. No, for real, man. That's a lot of content to consume. That's why
it is. Last night, I literally was making a list of all the shows that I was like, okay, maybe I got to sit and watch this. And I'm like, when? Yeah. But yeah, so they did a short Golden Girls tribute last night. They also celebrated 35 years of Law and Order. They had, Olivia Benson, Ice-T, and, all the cast on stage to present the outstanding drama series.
Did they do anything for Girlfriends? It's 25 years of Girlfriends.
No, they did not do anything for Girlfriends, but I did see the cast of Girlfriends got together on their own with Mara Brock Akil.
They look so good.
What?
Still
yes.
to this day.
Yes. But no, they did not do anything for Girlfriends. Now, Seth Rogen took home a ton of Emmys, a lot of them. Yeah, outstanding. He took home one for outstanding comedy series for the studio, outstanding actor in a comedy series, outstanding writer for a comedy series along with the writing team, outstanding director in a comedy series. The studio was also one of the shows I wrote down to watch because they took home a lot of awards. But a big point of the night was Miss Phylicia Rashad, who came on stage to start the in memorial tribute that they do. Now, when she comes on stage, if you're watching the Emmys, the shot was just like, oh my God, it was very emotional. You see her, and behind her is Malcolm Jamal Warner. And she opens up this tribute for, all the people that we've lost over the year, specifically talking about Malcolm Jamal Warner. Let's take a listen.
He was a beloved teenager in an iconic television series who the world watched grow into manhood. And like all our friends and colleagues who transitioned this past year, Malcolm Jamal Warner remains in our hearts. Tonight, as is tradition at the Emmys, we remember them not just for their immense talent, but also for the way they made us believe in something bigger, the best that is within us. And even though they may no longer be here with us, we can all smile, knowing that their impact will remain, knowing that their lasting impressions will continue to live on through story, knowing that they touched our lives. And whether you grew up watching them or have just now discovered their brilliance, their light remains in the very fabric of our industry.
I love that. The fact that she can stand up there and do that with all that strength, and her mom just passed away. That's amazing.
That is great. You say that over the weekend we were burying Gia's best friend who passed away.
Yes.
And we passed the studio where Gia and I did the interview with Malcolm Jamal Warner going to Georgia.
Oh, wow.
And I started tearing. So the fact that she can do this and keep it together is amazing.
Yeah. And just seeing the imagery was, for me, I was like, oh, wow.
And then her voice along with it.
Yes. And Malcolm Jamal Warner, the Living Legacy Instagram, which is ran by his mom, we talked about, them starting that, posted the tribute or a screenshot of a People article of the tribute and said, thank you to the Television Academy and Miss Phylicia Rashad for this wonderful tribute to Malcolm this evening. And a lot of times these award shows, there's always conversation about them leaving people out and forgetting certain things. I'm glad they got this one right with Malcolm Jamal Warner.
You couldn't leave Malcolm Jamal Warner out. The Cosby Show was literally the biggest TV show on TV.
I agree.
Literally.
But would you have been surprised if they did?
Yes.
Hell yeah.
That would have been a different level.
In my opinion, hell yeah, I would have been.
That would have been glaring.
I was just happy that they did it the way they did it, and he got what he, she opened it. I thought it was a great, tribute and all the things. But that was the Emmys last night. It was actually probably one of the hardest Emmys to watch, in my opinion. Yeah, it was really rough.
If I'm not mistaken, I believe Malcolm Jamal Warner was nominated for an Emmy for the Cosby Show at one point.
Oh wow!
Let me look it up. Yeah,
they got nominated a lot, but I think they won like 5 or 6 of them. But he definitely got nominated for like Best Supporting Actor at the Emmys.
Yeah, supporting actor in a comedy series in 1986, according to the articles online.
What's up, man?
Yes, yeah. So shout out to them.
That's the latest with Loren. All right, Charlamagne, who you giving that donkey to?
Man, 4 after the hour. It is the holiday season. I don't know if y'all know that or not. And people are picking up extra jobs. Just make sure you're picking up the right job. Why are you looking at me like that?
It's the holiday season.
You getting ready for the holiday season?
Are you crazy?
You got 6 kids. You ain't start yet?
Holiday season.
It's
It's the holiday
November,
season.
December. Yes, people
Yes.
are getting ready.
Can
and
we
getting
get the
back.
Halloween
Yeah,
first?
I was ready to say
Halloween is a part of
Spirit
holiday
Halloween
season.
is open. What are you
Already?
talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What are you talking
That's
about?
In September?
That's a part of
Hey, y'all
holiday
on
season.
drugs.
Indy.
It's just September 15th.
You can get pumpkin spice. It's holiday season.
That's a fact.
When I hear holiday season, I just automatically think about Christmas and Thanksgiving. I don't even think about Halloween as a holiday.
Yes.
Oh,
I'm
we
like
still in
thinking about
summer.
that.
When does summer end?
Bro, fall starts next week.
DJ
Summer
Envy,
ends on the 22nd.
Labor Day really is the
One
end
more
of
week,
summer.
yo.
That,
One
yeah.
more week.
Damn it.
All right. Once you stop having sex with white women, because you can't have sex with white women after Labor Day, it's the holiday season. Ain't that the rule?
What?
That
I
ain't
thought it was
You
white
can't wear
shoes.
whites.
What?
You can't
There's
wear
something-
whites.
Oh,
All right,
You
man.
talking about
Don't
white
days
women
up
having
next,
sex
man.
with white women.
It's crazy. Breakfast Club.
You're checking out the Breakfast Club.
Your execution on the donkey of the day is something to behold. Is it a read?
He gave me donkey of the day, and I deserve it.
People need to know.
Well, you need to tell them.
I am.
You have the voice. Tell them. Tell them.
It's time for Donkey of the Day.
It's a read, but you're so good at
You
it.
trying to be a fake ass Charlamagne. There's only one Charlamagne to God.
Damn, Charlamagne, who you giving donkey of the day to now?
Don't you hate when Instagram makes you question your choices?
What you mean?
Like, I reported them people, them people that leave the spam that says, I wonder why people go to the bathroom when they look at my pictures. So I reported as nudity, and Instagram gonna ask me, am I under 18? What that got to do with it? That got nothing to do with it, God damn it. I reported it because I didn't want it. Anyway, Donkey today for Monday, September 15th goes to a 62-year-old California chef named Valentino Luchin. Now, we are in the fourth quarter of 2025. You might as well say we in the holiday season, people. Okay, once Dunkin' Donuts puts the pumpkin spice items on the menu and Spirit Halloween stores start popping up, we in the holiday season. And both of those things have happened already. So the holiday season is here. And a lot of people pick up extra work during the holiday season, okay? A lot of people have to work 2 and 3 jobs to pay for the holidays, okay? Last holiday season, 2024, there was a survey done by sidehustles.com that found 78% of Americans are either already side hustling or planning to pick up a side gig to afford their holiday expenses. Of those respondents, 59% already have an extra job and another 19% plan on starting one. Well, Chef Valentino Luchin is one of those people who decided to pick up another gig for the holidays. Would you like to know what other gigs Chef Valentino Luchin picked up for the holidays? Well, let's go to trending news for the report, please.
If your chef's hat looks suspiciously like a disguise, you might be a bank robber. If you're serving up soufflés one day and subpoenas the next, you're definitely in trouble. This is the story of Valentino Luchin, a man who switched from fine dining to felony. On September 10th, 2025, San Francisco police raced to a bank on Grand Avenue. The suspect? Not your usual masked villain, but Valentino Luchin, a known for his pasta, not his pilfering. He handed the teller a threatening note, grabbed the cash, and vanished. But the city's finest and some sharp-eyed locals didn't let him get far. Thanks to, they tracked him down and arrested him. No drama, no car chase, just a chef caught off menu. Here's the real twist. Investigators linked Luchin to. Same method, same chef's touch. Now, instead of plating up risotto, Luchin's facing a full serving of charges at the county jail. In San Francisco, crime doesn't pay, but it sure makes a wild story.
62 years old and decided he wanted to rob 3 banks in one day, proving you're never too old to make bad decisions. It pains me to have to say this, but you should never trade your spatula for a ski mask, okay? When you have a legitimate job, okay, a legitimate skill set that can make you money, you never, ever, ever, under any circumstance, trade that for a life of crime. See, some of y'all don't appreciate the positions God has put you in, and you always let the devil convince you that you need more and you need it now, instead of just being patient and letting the gifts God gave you make room for you when the time is right. How you go from preparing risotto to preparing to do 25 to life at 62? Okay, this isn't a young man, all right? This is how I know wisdom requires more than just, living a long life. Even fools grow old. This man had a legitimate job. A legitimate skill, a job that, depending on employment type, could get him benefits and health insurance. But he said, you know what I'm really missing? A federal indictment. Okay, what bothers me the most about this is when you read more into the story, in 2018, he was arrested on suspicion of armed robbery at a bank. Back then, he was 54, and he said in a jailhouse interview that he robbed the bank back then because at the time, he thought it was a good plan. So from 54 to 62, Chef Valentino hasn't learned a damn thing about what's a good plan or not. Forget farm to table. He went from kitchen to prison. So now, instead of worrying about a potential souffle collapse, you got to worry about a rectal prolapse. Please give Valentino Luchin the sweet sounds of the Hamiltons.
Oh, now you are the donkey of the day. Ooh, you are the donkey of the day. Yee-haw.
And if you're wondering what erectile prolapse is, it's a condition where the rectum, the last part of the large intestine, protrudes through the anus.
That's crazy. 62, Robin Banks. I no.
Thank you.
Yeah, because we weren't wondering.
No.
But yeah, that's crazy. 3 banks in one day.
Crazy.
62. You said, you know what I'm missing? A federal indictment.
It's true, though.
Got one.
3 banks in one day, man. That's
Damn.
crazy.
That is wild. All right. Well,
And you got a job. You're a shopping.
Yeah, that's what.
That's crazy. All right. Well, thank you for that donkey today.
Yes, indeed.
Now, when we come back, Jasmine Crockett will be joining us. So we're going to kick it with her next. So don't go anywhere. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
She goes by the name of Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett.
What's going on?
How are you?
I'm making it.
How you feeling?
It's tough. It's a tough time. It's a tough time in this country for all people in
Absolutely.
general. But obviously, as someone who isn't afraid to speak her mind, our country is truly falling apart, and it is devolving into next level chaos as well as next level violence.
I hate to say it, you were one of the first people that I thought about after I saw what happened with Charlie Kirk, because you know I don't want that to happen to anybody. I don't think anybody should be killed because of their opinion or attacked because of their opinion. And you know what happens over there definitely will happen, you know, on this side.
Yeah.
And that definitely makes somebody like you a target.
Yeah, I mean,
Did
there were so many people that immediately reached out from all over and was like, what is going on with your security? Like, we need to make sure that you're good. Like, are you somewhere safe? And I had to make sure that I called my mom because I knew that my mom would just want to hear my voice. It really shouldn't be that way. And we now are engaging in conversations again about the safety or lack thereof for elected officials that are in Congress. I mean, I have to pay for my own security. Like, so I have to raise money to keep myself safe because they will not pay to take care of us, even though the other 2 branches of government, they pay for their protection. So, you know, hopefully we can engage in some real conversations around what it looks like to get us some real safety. But also we need to engage in like what really does cross the line, right? Like, so we do have free speech in this country, but are you free to say just any and everything, right? Like, I mean, there are limits to all of our constitutional protections, as well as like what kind of standard are we going to hold ourselves to when you are sitting, say, in the Oval Office or, you know, in the House? Like, how far will you go? And so, you know, I hate that some of my colleagues on the other side of the aisle immediately came out and they were like, oh, you know, this is on the Democrats. Like, we don't even know who did what. And y'all are like, this is on the Democrats, right? Like, I mean, obviously the first thing that, you know, anybody would say, and you didn't have any Democrat that went out there and said otherwise, is like, we're denouncing political violence. But we're just assuming, like, and we just want to be clear, like, that we're not down for political violence, but that doesn't mean that that's what it was, right? Like, we know that people, especially me, having done criminal defense, most offenses like this were personal in the first place. Now, I'm not saying that this was a personal thing, but I'm saying, like, the fact that this can't be personal is wild, right? Like, the fact that they are presuming that this is somebody that came from our side of the aisle. We know that in
that's
the two,
dangerous. That's very dangerous.
It is dangerous. We've seen writings and manifestos, and we've seen where it looks like the 2 people that went after the president before he was the president had ties to the Republican Party. Like, they had not voted Democratic. They were registered as Republicans. Like, so let's talk about it. We know that there were members of Congress that left the House last session because they received threats, not from liberals. They received threats from MAGA because literally they would not vote for the MAGA candidate to become Speaker of the House. So we've got to talk about like what it means when you're running for president or you're running for one of these higher offices and you go out there and you talk about beating people up. You go out there and you say things like, I could shoot somebody in the middle of the street in New York and I could still win. We got to talk about like that. That is next level. Me disagreeing with you, me calling you, you know, I want to be Hitler. All those things are like not necessarily saying go out and hurt somebody. But when you're literally telling people at rallies, yeah, beat them up, and that kind of stuff. Like, you are promoting like a culture of violence. So we need to talk about like what it looks like when you don't promote a culture of violence.
I mean, the funny part is, it's not funny, but both sides of the aisle do it. So it's like, they'll get on y'all for, saying that, hey, we called him wannabe Hitler, blah, 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 but they call Democrats fascists.
They call us socialists, they call us all things, but I don't think that actually evokes an environment of violence. I think literally saying things about like, oh, these people don't deserve to live, or the images of what we're seeing right now as ICE is going into communities and dragging people and kicking them and taking them down to the ground and busting windows out. Like, that is we have never seen these types of images of ICE, right? Or the idea that you had people that went in on January 6th and they literally beat law enforcement. We had people that died, and on day one, and they were convicted. We're talking about over 1,000 people arrested. We're talking about convictions that they either pled to or they went to trial and they were found guilty, and some of them got 20 years or so. And then on day one, you say, let them go. And we know that since those people have been let go, that at least one got caught up for a murder plot. Another one ended up with a reckless homicide. Another one ended up with child porn. We know that at least 10 of them ended up with new cases for doing other things. And so it's like, we have the criminal that I would call injustice system, but the idea is supposed to be that, like, you do bad, we gonna put you up so that people maybe will be deterred from doing bad. But it's almost like bad behavior is being rewarded. And if, like, the worst that I can say is like that I understand history that you're trying to take out of like the schools, and that the balance of power is out of balance, and that you are operating as a dictator by invoking quote unquote emergency powers illegally, consistently, that you are constantly violating the Constitution. These are just facts. That doesn't mean that I want somebody to go out and hurt the president of the United States. In fact, when those attempts took place in a bipartisan way, we voted to raise the amount of money that is allowed and allotted to protect him. So no, I can say that your policies are bad. I can say you're a criminal because you have been found guilty of 34 convictions. Like, I can say all these things because they are true. That's not even just free speech. These are just facts. So don't get mad that I speak the truth and I speak facts, but I literally have never said anything to invoke violence. And I challenge somebody to go and find a clip of a Democrat invoking violence. Right now, everybody's gotten so sensitive. I woke up and a friend sent me a text message where somebody else had been fired for repeating Charlie Kirk's words, right? Like, they're firing people and they're canceling people because people have gone out and looked at some of the things that he said. I'm gonna be honest. I never said a word about Charlie Kirk. Like, he wasn't on my radar. Like, I don't go and follow the right wing special people. Like, I don't. Like, it's just not, I got other things to do. And some of my friends who had never heard of him were like, let's dig, let's figure, who is he, right? Because people are like, this is coming up on our feed and we don't know what's going on. We don't know who it is. And literally, I didn't know he had ever talked about me. And I guess it was recently, but like, I had never seen it. I had never paid attention to it, whatever. You know what I mean? And that's kind of where we got to get to. But I think ever talking about who should die, ever saying who should be beat up, ever saying who doesn't deserve to live, taking people and throwing them in cages to the extent that they're literally dying. I mean, we've had more in custody deaths as it relates to ICE. We're on record to hit a record for that. And so, like, are we going to have these real conversations? On that same day, we had kids that were shot again
in Colorado
at another school. Right. And there's been no conversation around those kids. And the thing is, what did they do wrong? Nothing. They showed up to school. That's what happened with them, right? And so, we've got to talk about the culture of guns in this country and what it looks like to truly understand what the Second Amendment stands for. And it doesn't mean that everybody got to be the Wild Wild West. And now, can we have a conversation about everybody having guns doesn't necessarily prevent gun violence?
We're still kicking it with Jasmine Crockett. Charlamagne?
What did you think about Kamala Harris? former VP Kamala Harris, her excerpt from her book where she finally speaks her truth in regards to the Biden administration and how they wouldn't come to her defense, how they helped to spread negative narratives about her. What did you think of that?
Queen drop her resume.
So that day I was at work, so I haven't read through it, and that was the Charlie Kirk day as well. So I was stuck for till like 9 p.m. at the Capitol. I will say this, as a national co-chair on that campaign. When I had an opportunity to talk to the vice president, as frankly and honestly as I typically speak, maybe with even more frankness on some of my cuss words, that is how I would talk to the VP. Mm-hmm. And there were a lot of people that did not understand why and how the VP ever picked me as a national co-chair. It is not every day that you have a black woman freshman that ends up becoming a national co-chair on what truly was a historic campaign, no matter what the results ultimately were. And one of the reasons is because she never had to worry about me backstabbing her, like being 10 toes down, like telling her. And I wasn't one of those surrogates that's like, oh, send me and have me do a rally. No. I'm trying to get in the streets. I'm trying to talk to the real people.
Right.
And then I would try to report back to her and let her know, like, yo, this is what I'm feeling in the streets, that kind of stuff. Because I never wanted anything other than her to win, because that was a win for the American people. Mm-hmm. And I think that people took for granted how perceptive she was of who it was that literally her riders were. It is one of the reasons that we saw Secretary Fudge being elevated as one of her national co-chairs. Another person that when the history books are written, there will be so many black women electeds that will talk about kind of all that Secretary Fudge has been to so many of us behind the scenes. So I will say that I am not surprised, because, you know, there were a lot of things that were going on. Number one, we had those that were trying to push Biden out, but they weren't just trying to push Biden out, they were trying to push her out. Mm-hmm. They didn't want her to become the nominee. They had their pick in mind, and it wasn't either one of them. And, you know, I remember tweeting when it was actually decent to do. I remember tweeting out and saying that I would only go and bust my ass for one candidate, and that would be the vice president. If they came up with anybody else, God bless them, good luck. But I'm not about to run myself ragged when y'all decided to kind of do this. So there's so many layers to what it is to be in elected office, and it is always tough to build a team of trust. It is what matters most. You can teach somebody the skills, but you can't teach anybody to literally have your back. And politics is such an ugly game that it is so important. And so the bigger your team gets, the more difficult it is. Now, do I believe that the president himself did anything against the vice president? I don't. Everything that I know about Joe Biden, as well as the VP, she never backstabbed him to be like, oh, this is my chance, let me try to get it. Nothing like that. And you can't have a vice president that's always gunning for your job. You have to have a vice president that is like riding out and gonna do the things. And so I think between the two of them, while I've not read her book at this point in time, I feel absolutely confident that she never backstabbed him and he never backstabbed her. But when it comes to staff, life gets real tricky.
Do you ever get tired of being loyal to people who aren't loyal to you? Because Jasmine, I've seen them do the exact same thing to you that they do to Kamala, especially when you lost your bid to be the top Dem on the oversight panel. I've said it a million times on the radio, everywhere I go. There is nobody who should be front and center more in the Democratic Party than you right now, just because you bring the eyeballs.
Yeah.
You know how to message. Whether people like it, whether people don't like it, you know how to message.
Yeah, so I truly believe that everything happens for a reason, even the bad things or even the things that I believe made best sense. Me running for oversight was always about trying to do best by my party, by the caucus, and trying to hopefully get us into a better space with the people that we serve. But at the end of the day, if people don't want my service, they don't want my service. But if I said that I was not disappointed with how much I had given to a caucus that then felt like they reduced me to not being worth it, like, very much. It was eye-opening. And so for me, I look at it like God was trying to reveal to me and let me know, like, yo, like, you cutting for some people that ain't checking for you, right? Like, you need to recenter and rebalance yourself. And so I did decide specifically after that I was going to focus more on working with the Black faith community, and making sure that they have the information that they need, making sure that they're organizing in the way that they need to organize, and really availing myself of them and making sure that I could support them with some resources. Because
You're being very humble. You raised over $4 million for the caucus.
Yeah.
You did over 110 trips. You gave out almost $600,000. You was the seventh highest fundraiser in the whole caucus for Q1 this year, right?
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was in Q2. I moved up. I was even higher. So
they cool with you laboring, in the field, but they don't want you leading from at the table. Come on now.
That is what it felt like. So, I mean, listen, sometimes you have to be put into an uncomfortable position in order to move you. And so for me, it was about kind of recentering and talking to God and saying, okay, it's clear that, like, this isn't what you want me to do. So, like, where is it that you want me to go? So, we will see. Like, you just asked me about, which seat I'm running in and that kind of stuff. There are definitely those that want me to run statewide. So we're not ruling out a statewide run either. So there's just a lot of things at play, because it's like, maybe the House, maybe it's over. Maybe that was the message. Like, I don't know. We'll see what numbers look like.
Also, Senator might be a thing?
Potentially. We'll see. I mean, right now, I'm focused on the redistricting. We're in trial. We're doing those things. But, filing doesn't end until December. And so what we're going to do is we're going to evaluate. We're not going to take anything off the table, and we'll see. We know that my current Attorney General, Paxton, is a uniquely bad candidate. And, it would be the best kind of you to the Republicans to specifically target my state, specifically target my district, worried about a House seat, and then I'd be able to snatch a Senate seat. So we'll see. We'll keep doing evaluations. I can tell you that, from everything that we know without having done our own polling, it is definitely within striking range. So we'll see.
Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, man, please pray for Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett always, and you just be safe out here.
All right.
We appreciate you.
Good to see you.
It's The Breakfast Club.
The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Let's get to the latest with Loren.
Loren be coming with straight facts.
She gets them from somebody that knows somebody.
She gets the details.
I'm the homegirl that knows a little bit about everything.
She be having the latest on you.
The latest with Loren LoRosa.
Sometimes she have facts, sometimes she have details, sometimes she have a little bit of everything.
Well, it's the latest.
On The Breakfast Club.
Talk to me.
So over the weekend, another big congratulation goes out to the Clips. They became the first rappers to perform at the Vatican. Now, this took place during the Grace World concert, which was broadcasted live on Disney Plus, Hulu, and ABC News Live. They performed "The Birds Don't Sing," which is their song with John Legend from Let God Sort 'Em Out. Let's take a listen to the Clips and John Legend.
I love you, Mad Nige. Hate that he won't remember you. Two things that break my heart is what Novembers do. And T follows you. Now mind you, Didi calls you. Gene finds you. Was that your vision? Precision. While I'm reminiscing, it all hits different. Ma, listen.
The birds don't sing. The birds don't sing. They screeching. Yeah, yeah. Birds don't sing, the birds don't sing, they screech to rain. Yeah.
Now, why is that a big deal that they performed at the Vatican?
It was a big deal because I think a lot of people don't know Pharrell's involvement in this. So first of all, the global event is something that took place in this location for the very first time ever, the concert. The global event was co-directed and executive produced by Pharrell.
But why the Vatican though? Why the Vatican? Why?
Because the setting of the event is a part of the human fraternity, the World Meeting on Human Fraternity, which brings together people from all over the world to focus on what truly makes us humans: peace, it's unity. The Vatican, symbolizes a place of like spirituality.
It's the center of the Catholic Church.
Yeah, I didn't know you could do. I thought you couldn't do secular music in the Catholic Church.
I didn't think so either.
I thought you could only do gospel.
No, I thought so too.
This was the first time that the concert went down, and Pharrell EP'd it and brought it to life. There were over 300,000 people in attendance. It was open to the public. But
the song that they did was talking about their parents, though.
Yes.
Yeah, so it wasn't quote unquote secular because he was talking about his mom and his pops.
That's still a secular record.
Like the gospel.
That's still rap. What you mean?
Yeah, but he's talking about his mom and finding his mom passed away and his dad and their relationship.
That don't mean nothing. They like gospel and nothing else.
Well, they looked good. They sounded good. You got John Legend pulling up to perform with you. You're doing something right.
Yes, and he was actually on the keys when they started, and they had the choir with them. Now, Pharrell actually spoke.
Because secular music is just non-religious music. Please keep that in mind. Period.
Okay.
Pharrell actually spoke, and he talked a bit about just the event itself and the world stage that it was on. Let's take a listen.
To stand here in this holy place with my fellow artists, world leaders, and all of you beautiful souls, my humblest and sincerest thanks. First and foremost, I want to sincerely thank His Holiness Pope Leo for opening the doors to this sacred place to us all and reminding us that true compassion and grace begin with fraternity, seeing one another as brothers and sisters and fellow human beings and fellow siblings. And to all the artists who have brought their bright light to this moment, today I want you to understand that I and all of us, we feel grace. We feel love. Grace is a light that lives in each of us, waiting to be shared. Not just a blessing that we receive, but a force that we extend to one another.
Well, drop on the clues bombs for the Clips and Pharrell.
Also Pope Leo for opening up the Vatican for them. He's from Chicago. He's from the Chi-Town, so he was like,
"Oh, the Pope?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's from the Chi.
That's what's
Oblak. Now, I don't know if he's from Oblak. I don't know if he's from Oblak, but he was born in Chicago.
Yeah, I know they look good though, and the choir killed it. They
Yes,
did sound really good.
Now in other
Terrence Crawford and Terrence Thornton both had amazing weekends this week.
Yes. Two chances.
And now in other concert news, I want to take a second to congratulate Jeezy, who announced that he'll be doing a residency in Vegas. So you guys know that he's been doing the TM 101 Orchestra Tour.
That's right.
Now they did invite.
That's what they need in the Vatican.
They ain't gonna do that one.
Hey, Motivation 101.
Okay.
I'm realistic. Nah, I ain't gonna do that one.
What makes us all human? The
that
snowman.
really ain't secular at all, yo. That's not gospel, secular, and nothing. They can't perform there.
Well, so they announced after his final show in Detroit on Friday that he be heading to Vegas in a residency. And I want to really salute his team because they prioritized black media for this announcement. So they flew in a bunch of media. They did invite us to go, but I wasn't able to make it. They flew in a bunch of media to sit down with Jeezy so he could talk through what's about to happen and to give them the announcement first. So we were able to get it posted online early, and I saw Shade Room do it, Hollywood Unlocked as well. Let's take a listen to Jeezy talking about the residency.
What we was working on is Planet Hollywood. We're actually doing a residency in October and December. The October residency is the Masquerade. TM 101 Live, the Masquerade, the same crew, but this time we're bringing 101 piece orchestra conducted by Derek Hodges, produced by Adam Blackstone, DJ Drama, DJ Ace, and your boy there, and the Color of Noise Symphony Orchestra will be in the building. And the December dates are the Nutcracker. So we're bringing the Nutcracker to Vegas. So TM 101 Live is coming to Vegas. We're doing a Masquerade for Halloween, and we're doing a Nutcracker for Christmas. If you don't call that black excellence and leveling up, I don't know what is.
Yes.
What do you mean when you say they doing the Nutcracker, like the play?
So they're going to be playing off. I don't think they're going to actually do the play. I think they're going to the theme.
I thought they was.
Well, I think what he's saying is like, because he does. I went to DG show when he was here in Harlem, and it's a concert, but everybody was dressed up in their black and white and all the things. I think he's going to theme it around the Nutcracker for the December dates. There's 2 December dates, and then theme it around the masquerade Halloween. Like people dress up that way.
So it's more of a theme.
Yeah, I don't. From what I saw here when he was in New York, I don't see them doing a play.
No, I thought he was getting into Broadway. You never know. Jeezy DJ.
No, I think it's just going to be
Nutcracker theme though. It's Christmas holiday.
The girl Clara who Toy came to life and led her and the other toys in the battle. You don't know the Nutcracker?
But how you dress?
How do you dress about Nutcracker?
I know.
How do you dress
like
towards
suited up? It's like blazer, red blazer, black pants.
First of all, I was talking about the drink.
Boots.
Oh, okay.
You were talking about the drink the whole time?
Horny bastard.
Me?
For no reason.
You know what I'm saying? You started the show talking about buttholes. So what are you talking about?
He definitely did.
He did, right?
Crazy.
Yeah, wait.
He called you a horny bastard. Crazy.
You were talking about the drink the whole time?
What are you talking about?
Nothing. Tickets go on sale September. You said you were talking about the drink.
Nutcracker.
Yeah.
Just keep up. Okay.
I'm like, why would you do that? He's talking about the holiday. But anyway, September 17th, the pre-sale tickets go on sale. September 19th, the general tickets go on sale. And also, too, he announced that still snowing. He's going to do another Gangsta Grills with DJ Drama.
Yeah,
will drop September 28th in honor of him being in the game, for 20 years. But also, that's his birthday. So he'll be doing that as well.
Absolutely.
So shout out to Jeezy.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, drop on the clues bombs for Jeezy. I need Jeezy in that orchestra in South Carolina at some point, though.
You gotta make it happen, shorty.
I'm trying to make it happen, goddamn.
You look like you got to wait till after October.
What they gonna theme it in South Carolina?
What happened?
Like, what would be the theme? Like, what is the production?
Maybe a coming home because he was born in Columbia.
Okay, yeah, that'd be
maybe.
Yeah, shout out to Jeezy too, because when he was in Detroit, he spoke to at a bunch of high schools talking about healthcare and make sure you get tested.
Yes.
I seen him ran into Southwest T, which is one of the brothers from BMF, and the first time they ever seen each other in a long time. So salute to Jeezy. He's out there doing the works.
Absolutely. When does the residency start?
The residency will start October 31st, Halloween. That is the kickoff day in Vegas.
And I saw the 21st, so I didn't know.
No.
I saw the 21st through the 1st. I didn't know.
No, Halloween is the kickoff day. That's why they're doing the masquerade, the whole masquerade thing. That's what you're talking about. Masquerade and then Nutcracker for Christmas.
All right.
Period.
No, it starts October 21st.
I posted the video to tell the people.
Yeah, October 21st and November 1st at the Planet Hollywood Resort and Casino. And then they got a second set of shows December 19th to the 21st.
Are you sure?
Yes.
October 31st and November 1st. December 19th and 21st.
The 21st.
I posted the video to tell the world first, and you're going to tell me what I told the world. The masquerade is October 31st and November 1st. It's 2 dates. And then the Nutcracker will be December 19th and December 21st. Tickets will go on sale starting September 17th.
All right. Okay. Well, that is the latest with Loren. Let's get to the mix. Let's start off with some Jeezy. It's The Breakfast Club. Good morning.
You're checking out The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ NV, Jess Hilarious, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. Now we got a salute to Nick Cannon and Jasmine Crockett for joining us this morning.
Man, salute to Jasmine Crockett and Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon was here to promote his late night talk show, Nick at Night, but he revealed a lot. I never knew that he got diagnosed with narcissistic personality disorder a couple of years ago.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
I had no idea either.
Yeah, narcissistic personality disorder. Okay, Mr. Mental Health King, we didn't know.
Yeah,
I just thought, you know what I mean?
I thought that was a pretty common thing.
No.
Especially everybody like to throw that around nowadays. They've been throwing that around for like the last.
Yeah, but I didn't know it was a
disorder. An actual diagnosis.
You get diagnosed. Yeah,
I had no idea.
100%.
I did not know.
And then he said that which was interesting, that having those kids was a response to trauma. Yeah, it was an interesting conversation. And salute to Jasmine Crockett. She pulled up on Friday, and we aired it back this morning, but we put it out over the weekend. But nice. Definitely putting her up in prayer all the time. And this was just such a great content weekend. I mean, between the great football that we watched when my Cowboys busted the Giants' ass, Terrence Crawford becoming 3-time undisputed champion. I also started reading Kamala Harris's book, because that came in the mail for me on Friday. So it was just a great weekend of content. Mm-hmm. Yes, a lot of consumption of content this weekend.
All right.
And I saw him over the weekend.
You seen him?
Yeah, I saw him.
What's his name?
The movie starring Marlon Wayans, the new Jordan Peele movie.
Yeah. You see him? We thought
Marlon will be joining us this week.
That's right. Yeah, okay. We're Marlon. And don't forget to follow us on Twitch with Breakfast Club. We're going to start streaming on Twitch each and every morning, and our Twitch handle is at Breakfast Club AM. All right, so at Breakfast Club AM, you can start following us on Twitch. All right.
Yo, did you like the movie?
It was interesting. I watched it. I actually had to watch it twice.
Okay.
And I appreciated it more the second time. I didn't dislike it when I watched it the first time. It's just one of those movies where you like, all right, if you fell asleep for 5-10 minutes, you better wake your ass up because you got to pay attention to every single thing that happens. But Marlon did a fantastic job.
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it this
Marlon did a fantastic. I mean, Marlon and the guy that played the dude, what's his name, Cameron.
Character.
Yeah,
okay.
They did fantastic.
All right, it's time to get up out of here, Charlamagne. You got a positive note?
Yes, the positive note is simply this, man. We can all make a difference in the lives of others in need because it is the most simple of justice that make the most significant of differences. I repeat, we can all make a difference in the lives of others in need because it is the most simple of justice that make the most significant of differences. So, you walk past a homeless person today and you got a couple of dollars to spare, give it to them. If you got, you want to go grab them some food, do it because it's just like this simple of gestures that make the most significant of differences. Trust when I tell you. Have a great day.
Breakfast Club, bitches!
Y'all finished or y'all done?